Not a lot.
Not a lot, just looking.
Having a look around, yeah.
Are you a farmer or?
Yeah,
What sort of farming are you into? That's sheep.
yeah, running arable.
Arable?
Yeah.
So is it a slow time of year for you, is it, or is it a busy time of year?
Yeah, fairly busy, fairly busy.
Busy?
Yeah.
Crops in the ground?
Yeah, we're all cracking on, yeah.
Cracking on. Tell us the name of your farm.
We're Lodge Glees Farm,
And where's that?
Denton.
Cheers, mate.
Kirkland, UK, so we specialise in machinery for fruit growers and vineyards mainly, but we're the importer for these tractors for the UK, so they go into lots of other markets, golf courses, forestry, that sort of thing.
Okay, now I see a couple of them are Arctic steer, which is a good idea really, you know,
So it
turning
gives
circles.
you a bit less
In a vineyard or a fruit, you know, you want that quick steer, especially nowadays because they've narrowed all the
absolutely, yeah.
down, so you've got
And
the
then
Arctic steer.
So most of them you can get the choice of articulated or front wheel steer.
Yep.
Most of them have an option for the reverse drive, so you can spin the seat round and use it in reverse direction. So.
Oh, so you've got tracks on one of your machines as well. Can we go over and have a look at that one?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Now, you did say, where are these manufactured then?
Italy.
Italy.
Yeah, so they've been
A proven
Antonio
company?
Carrara have been making tractors for 115 years.
Right.
And it's all specialist stuff for this kind of market. This particular machine, the tracked one, ground pressure is virtually zero sort of thing.
Really?
Only weighs 3 tonne and spread over the tracks is very, very good. That one's articulated, reverse drive. This one here has got the CVT transmission, so like your Fendt Vario.
Now tracks. Now, if it throws a track or it wears out, are they difficult to change, or is it a grease fitting or mechanically?
It's not too much of a job to fit them. They're not exactly cheap, but they do last a long time. And we've got people that have done 2,000 hours or more, and they're still good on the track.
I mean, if you're going in the vineyard, you're not using much pressure in it. It's only if you drive between farm and field.
Yeah, so quite a few people do use them a lot on the road. They do 40 kilometres an hour on the road, so there's no problem.
So where are you based then?
Maidstone.
Maidstone. Yeah. But you're obviously on the internet, so anyone can contact you.
So Kirkland, UK. We're the importer for the whole of the UK for these tractors. So we have a few dealers around. One in Ludlow, Shropshire, one in Devon, and one in Scotland. So.
Well, Kent is a lot of fruit in Kent. It's renowned. It used to be hops and fruit, and now it's hops and arable.
Exactly,
can you put a sprayer on these sort of things?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's got normal 3-point linkage, 2.4 tonne lift on the linkage. Very capable,
And obviously the smaller tractors, would that be more for the golf courses and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so we sell a lot of the smaller ones to people with big gardens or estates and golf courses, that sort of thing. We sold them into councils, so very
fantastic. And your backup service, I've got to ask the $64 question.
Yeah, so we
because it's an Italian company, so
I'm the owner of Kirkland,
right?
And I've always said that a machine's only as good as its backup,
right?
So we very much major on after-sales service. So we have 5 full-time engineers and 2 full-time parts guys. So we do have very good backup.
And spares-wise?
Spares-wise, we keep a lot of spares in stock, but anything we don't have, even from Italy, is normally next day. So
really? So I mean, your bog stand, your nuts, bolts, your bits and pieces where
we'd have all standard.
You'll have that in stock, and do you have a call-out chap who can go out and if one of these breaks in the field?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have five guys all the time for call-outs and repairs. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, do you offer a 24-hour service?
During harvest, we offer 24-hour, 24/7.
Yeah, because it's not a 9 to 5 job, is it? Really?
Exactly. Yeah. So when people are using them in harvest, they need it to be going all the time. So.
Well, I appreciate your time telling me all about your kit. Now, tell us your full name and your company again.
So my name's Scott Worsley and it's Kirkland UK.
Thanks for your time.
Excellent. Cheers.
Good morning. So, tell me your name and your company you work for then.
Bale Baron.
Don't walk away from me. Thank you most kindness. Right, so your name is?
I'm Nick.
Nick.
Company's Bale Baron.
And you supply what?
Main product is the Bale Baron packer.
Right.
Takes conventional bales and puts them into packs of 21.
Okay. And all this sat nav industry we've got going on here?
We're all doing it as well, yeah. My nephew does the auto steer.
Right.
He's in Ireland at the moment doing a McHale course.
Oh,
They sell
okay.
McHale equipment.
It's just standing behind the Macau as well. So, but
And then we
anyway.
sell Solis tractors, which are
Oh, you've got the tractors. Everyone seems to be importing tractors these days because the markets, you know, with Fenn and everybody else in New Ireland, Massey Ferguson. So tell me a bit about your little tractors now.
made in India by the third biggest tractor manufacturer in the world.
Yeah.
They're the biggest selling tractor in Germany now.
Yeah.
That's because they're selling the 26 horsepower one, which is a really big seller at the moment.
Yeah, well, smaller horsepower tractor, good for the little farmer, fruit grower, the estate person, the golf courses, and that sort of thing.
We've got the bit of fruit farm. We've got the Adrian Scripts. They've got three of the
Scripsies, yes.
three of the 75 narrows.
Oh,
They're not
okay.
their primary tractor. They're using their sort of secondary tractor, doing the topping and
Yep.
putting the apple carts and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, what the like the bomb barrels as they used to call them, didn't it?
That's you know more about it than me.
Yeah. So obviously, I've asked this question to all the tractor manufacturers I spoke to today. $64 question: spares, breakdowns, and that sort of thing. Backup.
They've got a very large warehouse in Germany. We can bring spares into the next day.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
carry spares as well,
We carry a lot of spares.
and you got people going out to services them
People going out. Yeah.
and look at machines. And
That's it.
do you have demo days and that sort of thing?
We come out and do demos with the smaller ones because it's easier. They just go on a trailer.
Yeah.
We do demo days with the bigger ones, but not that many of them.
Okay, well, as you quite rightly just said, these are small enough to go onto a trailer, take it out to the farm. They can put their bit of equipment on the back of it,
That's it.
see how it works, see if it performs to their standards, and then you can sell the tractor to them. can't you?
Just did one yesterday, one of these land levelers where
Yeah.
he's got to get a cricket pitch or something. He's leveling it.
Yeah.
He came up to us, put it on the machine, set it all up, and he's taken it away on hire for a day and make sure it works for him.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you for your time, giving us this chat. Tell us your name again and your company.
Nick, and it's Bale Baron.
Thanks for your time, Nick.
Thank you.
Thank you. Morning, chaps. Are you all right?
Very good.
And what are you doing at the show today? You're big people, aren't you? I've got to lift my arm up in the air for you two guys, anyway.
Just cruising about, having a look.
Yeah, what, are you farming?
Forestry.
Forestry, fantastic. I won't stop you. Cheerio.
Francis Houlihan.
Now tell me about your trailer. Do you want to stand in front of it for me?
Yeah, I'll stand in front of it. Yeah, so yeah, this is Tough Mac trailers. These
You have to look at me because the microphone's up here.
Yeah,
Right.
these Tough Mac trailers are made in Northern Ireland in Tramone, County Tyrone. Here today we've got a 14-foot by 6'6" beaver tail trailer. This trailer is our X-Demo trailer, which we brought here just to show to people on the day. We do a full range of trailers, so everything from a cattle trailer to a little car trailer, 6x4, a full range of trailers. They all come with checker back floor, LED lights as standard, and we're running heavier duty actions than the competition brands such as Ivor Williams.
That's something I was going to mention. Obviously, one of your main competitors is Ivor Williams.
Yeah.
Now they've been in the industry for many years.
Many
They've
years,
got,
yeah.
farming and that sort
Yeah.
of thing. But it's nice to see you've got checker plate as a bit because they still use the plywood.
Yeah.
Of course, that gets worn. And
Yeah.
you've got a tractor on something that's
Yeah.
going to wear down.
It's going to wear down quite a bit.
What sort of thickness a checker plate do you
That is a 3mm checker plate, and underneath that we've got 12mm large pressure treated boards underneath the checker plate.
Okay, to give more
give more stability and strength.
And
Yeah.
the chassis is all galvanised.
All
is it?
galvanised, fully welded chassis, so all the spring hangers are welded, hitches all welded, we've got nothing bolted apart from the axle springs are on there, and obviously the axle on the spring is bolted, but the rest of the trailer is fully welded.
Okay, and you're from the smallest of trailers, single axle, right up to the tri-axle
Right up
trailers.
to tri-axle, 16 foot.
This trailer now, it looks heavy.
Yeah.
Obviously, what you're pulling is, you're minus what you can put the load on it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So if it
yeah.
weighs 2 tonne, you can only carry a tonne on it.
Yeah, yeah.
So obviously, because it's an heavy duty trailer,
Yeah.
what does this weigh in?
This weighs 700 kilos, this trailer.
700 kg. Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah,
So you
no.
still carry 2 tonne. Well, just under 2 tonne on it, can't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Oh, okay, and it comes with the ramps, does it?
Comes with the ramps, jack stands, leg stands, and a strap box as well.
Okay, and spares for it. Obviously, it being fully welded, you don't need spares really for it, do
Really,
you?
no, apart from sort of your brake shoes and axle parts
Yep.
and hitch parts.
Well, can they come to you, or do they have to go to a specialist?
No, they can come to me, come to me for all parts.
And you say you're in Northern Ireland, therefore you say
they're manufactured in Northern Ireland, but we're based in Ely, Cambridgeshire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, they could come up and have a look at me. Have you a showroom or something?
We got a few about the yard there at the minute. Yeah, come up and have a look.
And some advice. I mean, if they're taking a small tractor, you're going to say, well, you don't really need a tri-axle. You
Well, no.
Away with a 2-axle.
Yeah, away with a 2-axle. Yeah.
And that sort of thing, or you know, perhaps you really could do with a 3-axle. That's good advice.
Yeah, exactly.
Good
advice. Good advice.
Talking to somebody is always better than going on the internet. Looking at pictures.
Exactly, and talking over the phone. Okay. It's better to see it in person.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate your time. Tell us your full name and your company.
Francis Houlihan, and I am from Cambridge Tractor Sales Limited.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Cheers now.
Well, good morning.
Morning, how you doing?
I've been chasing you.
Have you?
Yeah, you're always trying to sell something. So tell me your name and your company, please.
Graham from Godstone All Terrain.
Right. So, and your main business is quads and
UTVs.
What are they called? Sorry.
UTVs.
Okay. And so, what makes you sets you apart from, I don't know, John Deere, Gators, and all that sort of thing?
Well, I'm never rude about the opposition, but our brand, which is CF Moto, we get really good support from the manufacturers, which is the important bit. You can see the boss man's turned up.
Oh, okay.
We get super backup service, and we sell a lot of these bikes across Surrey and Sussex. We've got in excess of 350 that we've sold here. So a lot of customers have moved over to them.
I mean, the quad's quite a good piece of equipment, isn't it, really? Especially for the sheep farm or
it's essential. It's essential for our farmers once.
I mean, the ATVs are more your crop growing, I would say.
Yes, people who run campsites and all that sort of thing. But a quad bike, basically, what gets you around the place quickly, and you see that you've got a leaky pipe over there, so you nip back to the workshop, get the bit, go fix it. If not, if you're on foot, you think, oh, let's do that one, and you don't.
See, I've always liked the quad over these because they're more like a car or a van. You know, I know it used to be the old Land Rover, didn't it? Whereas with a quad, you can buzz there quickly, as you say, bung a trailer on the back of it, keep your chainsaw, and if a limb's falling over and you want to quickly chop that limb.
And you've got a winch on the front.
You've
got the nice thing about this particular brand is there are very few extras that you need.
Oh, really?
Virtually everything is on the bike, so when it's delivered to you, you've got the front racks, you've got the back racks, you've got the winch, you've got the full tow kit.
Oh,
it's
really?
fully road legal.
Standard.
Fully road legal. All you need to buy is the number plates and the tax disc, all of which we do for you.
So, the manufacturers, where are these manufactured?
These are Chinese. Now, with Chinese stuff, it used to have an awful reputation, but the way it works very simply is if you paid a Chinese man £1, he'll make you something and it'll be pretty rubbish. If you give him £2, he'll make it really properly. And indeed, if you give him £3, some top technical stuff, they'll make some super stuff. It's a bit like the Japanese. 30 years ago, we talked about Japo rubbish. You don't look at Sony nowadays and say, and they give us a super warranty with it. If we get a warranty issue, and even if you sell Bentleys, you're going to occasionally get a warranty issue. If you get a warranty issue, they make sure, fine, look after the customer, get it fixed, send us the bill, make sure the customer's looked after.
Fantastic.
That is how they work.
Backup services and spares.
Service is first class.
Really?
We have delivery of spares for servicing, that sort of thing. We can have it 5 times a week if we want to.
Okay.
They are.
So if he breaks down and he wants a particular part, can you send someone out there?
What we would do is we either pick the bike up and bring it back, which is what we do. We don't generally do repairs on the farm.
Okay, so would you take another bike out to him so he can use that in the meantime?
No. What we do, because everybody has such different usages for them, and we've tried that and they don't come back in. People tend to use them as it's not like a hire car where they're going to go to Croydon and back or whatever. But what we try and do is time it so that, particularly at this time of year, so that people beginning to lamb. Well, if that's we'll get it. You'll hop the queue from maybe the horsey people who are not in a particular hurry for it to be done. So we'll jiggle it about. and look after you that way. We've got a vehicle to pick up, it's got a winch, so if it's a major breakdown and it won't go, we can winch it up, hook it up into the workshop, get it sorted and back to you.
Fantastic. So we have a walk up with you, Quads, as well. And I see you did say the chap here is something to do with the company, is it?
The gentleman, it's something to do with the company.
Yeah, we'll stand in close, all three of you, because it makes a lovely picture. So tell me, what's your name and what you do?
My name's James Allen. I work for Quadzilla Limited, who are the importer of CF Moto.
And you're here to talk to your
Support
the dealer.
dealer.
So this is what I said, the support that we get is the vital bit. If we can get the spares delivered 5 days a week, and we can have 5 delayed if we want them, we ring up, we've got a technical department to help us, and it's just general support. And not just because he's here, because I don't want him to hear it, but the support we get is first class.
Well, this is why I wanted to bring him in, really, because obviously you can tell me everything you like, but
I told you the truth over there.
you did tell me
we're
the truth.
acting.
No, I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not appreciating, but
No.
I mean, obviously,
It's vital. If we don't have backup service, if we can't have a service to give to our customers,
Yeah.
it's my business that's reflected, not CF Moto's
Yes,
business.
I suppose
the
you're
customer
right.
looks at me and says, "You promised
let him
do
down,
it.
they won't
You
come
let
back."
me down." It's not James who's going to get it in here, it's me. And I don't want customers like, I want customers coming back and going in the pub saying, "We've bought this CF Moto bike, it's cracking." And that's why we've got over 350 of them running around in this immediate area.
Fantastic. Now, I spoke to the gentleman, if I can call you a gentleman, well, I can.
Call me what you like.
But nowadays it's a friend of calling someone a gentleman or a lady. But anyway, we were talking about spares and backup and that sort of thing. And for argument's sake, this gentleman here, he's got a problem with a quad or an ATV or whatever it is, and he wants a particular part. Can you supply that overnight?
Absolutely, yeah. So we have a very big stock holding. So we have a big stock holding as parts, and we also have a big stock of units themselves. So the idea is that we feed Graham with product quickly. So it's well known within the industry that particularly the agricultural industry and horticultural industry, getting hold of product is quite difficult. So that means that if we can have a lot of stock and we get it to customers, so if you can order a quad bike in a matter of days, if Graham's got one in stock,
I try and keep one of each model in stock. So if you came to my showroom this afternoon, I would be able to give you one of
Well,
each one.
that's an invitation I might have to take you up on.
Well,
We'd have to
come
come
down
down
and have a
there
test
and look
ride.
at
That would be the best idea. Come and have a
it.
test ride on one.
Have a test ride as well.
Yeah.
I've got an underquad. They seem to go on forever now. But anyway, that's another
I mean,
story.
a lot of it is speed of response. So
Yeah.
if Graham's feeding the customers quickly, I mean, effectively, you can walk into your place and get. If it's
You know,
speedy,
like that afternoon?
Yeah. So he's straight out the door, and then we can feed him a product within. We order a bike today, it'll be here in a couple of days. So we haven't really had any of the problems with delivery like a lot of manufacturers have, and that's purely down to volume. So at any one time, so the bike behind me, the blue one, we've probably got currently just on the blue colours alone 150 in stock.
Oh, okay, that's fantastic. Now
About 60%.
I brought Graham over here to show me the quads, and I mean it's quite a large piece of equipment. That as Graham was saying, it comes as standard with winches and road legal and that sort of thing. Now, obviously, when these are buzzing around the streets, you've got to have the lights in good condition, all that. So you carry a good stock of lights. If someone comes into your shop and says, "I want that particular light," can one of your chaps put it on for me? Can you do that?
Yes. There's various different on the lighting schemes. You can get LED lights,
bars,
Again, the shepherds who are working out, they need the light bars, that sort of thing.
Okay.
We can customise all sorts.
And even a revolving beacon or something like that.
If we're putting one into,
Because if they're doing a hunt or something like that,
the councils, a lot of the councils are, and we do it's on a pole.
Yeah.
We do that one.
Yeah.
We did one the other day where someone wanted one on the front.
Yeah.
Because they were driving through some parkland and dropping a boat into the lake with the winch, but they were going forwards and they wanted people to keep up out of the way. So we put a tutor, a PA system on the front, which politely we'd say, "Would you like to get out of the way?" or whatever we want to say. Flashing like
Then this will be these sort of size quads, and as you come and stand, will be good for the police, the forces, and the emergency services. I mean, have you investigated into that sort of point of view yet?
Yeah, no, we've got some forces that are running bikes. They tend to go for the bigger bikes at the backs of 625.
This is why I was looking at them.
More powerful bikes. So
I've made 3 of those into ambulances.
Oh, really?
Where we put the what do you call that colour scheme? same as a cake.
Yeah.
Battenberg.
Yeah.
You got me at cake, I worked it out.
I must have been a practice person. You got me at cake as well.
We've done that with a full blue light kit. We've done 3 of those.
Fantastic.
I mean, my furthest away customer is in the Falklands. And I've sent 3 now over to the Falklands, and they love them. And now that is a tough area to be working.
I mean, St John's Ambulance is obviously an area which should probably be, because I mean, I'll go to events where they do running and all sorts of things, and getting a medic out to a person in the cross country on one of these sort of things would be a great idea. So St John's Ambulance, I always push St John's Ambulance because they're a great. Anyway, I divers. So tell us the range. Are they from 125 cc to?
We do kids quads, so 110cc, and then we've got the agricultural ATVs. So we've got 450 here behind me, 520. They're our core agricultural bikes.
Between 450 and 500 is normal.
That's the sort of agricultural utility and market. And then we go to the bigger bike, got 625cc, which that's sort of a bit of a crossover for sort of leisure customers and agricultural customers.
One second. Thank you, Graham. Thank you for your time.
Not at all. I've just sold another one.
Thanks. Yeah, sorry.
So and then we move up into the bigger leisure market. So we've got an 850, 1000cc, and then sort of the people that like to go sort of green laning, all that sort of stuff.
Just one last question before I cut you off there. Tow balls, are they fitted with tow balls as standard? Because that's the main. I mean, we put a little trailer on ours and buzz it around the fields and whatnot. Same with this. Okay, well, I appreciate your time, and tell us your name and your company then.
My name's James Allen. I work for Quadzilla Limited. We're the importer of CF Moto.
And you're based in?
We're based in Lincolnshire, but we have a dealer network across the UK and Ireland.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See you later. Morning, Tats.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's always nice to see friendly faces and people I recognise.
Are you Bill the Ploughman, isn't it? I've seen your one.
Robin Bell.
Out of town.
Me and Leah spoke before, but what are you doing at the show today anyway?
We've just come from Kent,
We're in
Kent from Essex.
Fantastic.
To see it.
I don't even know where he is.
No,
I don't know. No.
So have you seen anything you like yet?
We've had a look at
things we like.
That pickup, the Masto it was called, wasn't it? That took our eye.
Is it cheap enough to buy, or is it?
Well,
it's probably cheaper than Mitsubishi or something like that.
Well, they don't do them no more. Can't get them, can you?
It's cheaper than the Ford Ranger, but it ain't as nice as the new Ford Ranger.
No, but it's ideal for farming.
Yeah, I mean, Toyota's a good vehicle, but they command a price, don't they? You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know, if you can claim your VAT back and all that's all right. But if you can't, you got 50 grand worth of car sitting there. You only need someone to park at a supermarket, and boom, it's done in straight away, isn't it?
And they're long, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are a sod to pulp, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, a bit of scrub that off a few days.
So, tell us what industry you're in. I know you said
we're contracting, agricultural contracting and plant hire.
Oh, right, because I mean, that is definitely the way forward in farming these days, contracting, because farmers don't want to hold on to people on their farms, do they? And if you've got a particular piece of kit, you know, you can't have a sprayer sitting around your farm, can you, all the time? No. You can't have a harvester or something else.
What we do, we're going into smaller stuff, paddock stuff.
Oh, okay, the
Because the people around our way, the smallest tractor's about 130 horse, and they can't get in some of these paddocks, And the horsey girls, they're all right, but they've got no money. As soon as you pull there, sorry, I haven't got much money, but they've got big horses.
Well, I appreciate your time, guys, and
thank you very much.
Tell me your names.
I'm Eddie Walton, and I'm Martin.
And you're from Essex?
And
your name of your contracting company?
DW Plantscape.
Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers. Nice to see you.
Yeah, Andrew, all the best. Cheers.
Good morning, how are you?
How are you? All right.
I'm fine, thank you. Now tell me, what are you here to the show for today?
Say that again?
What are you here to the show for today?
Today, have a look, have a nose, bit of social.
Yeah?
Pouring down with rain.
Well, that's what it's all about, a bit of social.
Bit of social, you know, in between lambing, done one lot, waiting for the next lot. So.
Now, I've had a finger pointed at you for a long time now. Now, you're a bit good at this sheep lark, aren't you?
Well, have been.
Have been.
Still get there.
Yeah, and you won a few trophies?
Yeah, we've won Ashford Fat Stock shows for the last 4 years with lambs.
So what breed of lambs sheep do you bring?
The Texel cross mothers.
Yeah.
With a Beltex ram on them.
Oh, okay.
They're good confirmation.
Really? And you farm locally, do you?
Yeah. We only farm at Baltimore and Chelsea. I was
not far from me down Horseman Den anyway.
And we used to be at school farms.
Oh, okay.
With kids for sort of 20 odd years. But now retiring from that, I do my own thing.
Okay. And you're building your flock, are you?
No. Cut it down now.
Okay.
Cut it down. We always have about 50 or 60, and that's just enough to play with. Yeah.
You said about lambing. Now you said one lot's gone and another lot's coming in the next few weeks. Now how do you sort of class that then? Do you put them to the ram at different times of the year?
Yeah, we do our posh sheep, we call them. They lamb in February for the Christmas shows, and then our sheep that wife plays with and I play with are Jacobs.
Jacobs, I know the Jacobs.
All the old spotty ones.
Yeah.
Lovely old
big ears and long noses, aren't they?
Very good horns.
Yeah, like rabbits.
They're the ones we lamb in April when the weather gets a bit better.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, sheep are hard work. They're full of worms, aren't they? You're full of everything you can.
That's what you make out of them, isn't it?
Really? So you have to keep on top of them, obviously.
Keep on top of them. Good, good.
And shear them, especially around the rear end, obviously.
Yeah, medical. That's what you got to do. Once you get it on a health plan. Fine.
So, as a young lad, did you come into sheep farming then, or was it an apprentice or father?
No. Dad was a policeman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But my grandfather was a farmer, so that's where it comes from. You know what I mean? Never done anything else.
So, what age did you start?
15.
15.
Left school on a Friday, started work Saturday on an apprenticeship.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's not a 9 till 5 job, is it? No.
It's a passion.
It's a passion.
You either love it or you hate it.
Now, we looked at quads today and everything, other tractors and one thing and another, but you didn't have quads back in the old days, did you?
You ain't got them now.
Yeah, you still got a man and his dog, isn't he, really?
Dog's in the motor.
Is he? Bless him. Now, obviously, because you had to do a lot more exercise in those days, because you had to walk the fields, didn't you, the mountains and whatever. You just can't ride around on a quad and do all that sort of thing.
No.
And another thing I find fascinating about sheep, now they tell me, and I've seen it, when a sheep turns on its back, it can't get back up again. Why is that?
They're flat back, they can't get out of it. They get in like wheel ruts, and wear furrows, if you're folding them, they lay in there to get out the wind. Then they tip over and pop and that's it.
Now, what would happen if they just laid there without no... Really?
Yeah.
I've kept sheep down my little bit of land, and they only know forward gears, they don't know reverse, because they eat their way through a hedge. And they won't stop until they get to the other end, will they? They don't seem to have no brains and that sort of thing, do they? And if you try and put them in reverse, they fight you against being pulled in reverse.
No, it's breeds, isn't it? It's different breeds. No wrong with you, just hang a bag in the edge and that'll stop them.
Oh, no.
You'll go over the edge.
I'll tell you what, these ones I only had about 30 or so in my field, but I was running around. They ate through the edges into gardens, and God knows what else. It's just a pain in the rear.
Yeah.
But so you went through from 15 up to your age now, and you've loved all that sort of, even in the winter time.
Yeah.
It's a passion. So I mean, it's not just getting the lambs; it's also you've got to look after them lambs, haven't you? And obviously the mothers as well. You've got to look after the mothers and stop the foxes from chewing them away.
The biggest problem is dogs.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Especially today, I suppose people walking their dogs, is it? Really?
We have dog problems big time. But you're right, it's life, as you say it.
As I say, the countryside's getting smaller now, isn't it?
There's too many people out in the countryside that don't know how to behave in the countryside.
I'm afraid, a lot of townies are moving into the countryside, but I mean, just round by me, Paterwood, it's like 2,000 houses being built, and they're not local people, are they at all?
Well, you've got to have a country code, haven't you? You've got to, appreciate...
And rubbish, that's what drives me around the bend in the country, rubbish. Especially for an animal person like yourself. You don't want a wrapper on the floor. I mean, a sheep will eat anything, won't it? They won't matter if it's nut intolerant or whatever it is, isn't it? So, well, I love talking to you, and perhaps we can talk more, or even come down the farm and see you lambing one day.
All right, there you go, mate. Never know.
Tell us your name then.
Andrew Town.
Thanks for your time, Andrew. I appreciate it. I recognise you.
No.
How you doing?
Not bad, you?
Yeah, good. Still ploughing or not?
Yeah, always ploughing.
Yeah. Looking forward to September?
I've got one in March.
Have you?
Yeah, CVAC.
What you got in March?
CVAC one.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that one. Hopefully if it goes ahead.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, it's drying out, then it rains, and it dries out, then it gets cold.
Yeah, but we used to always do in the wet.
Yeah. So what brings you to the show today, anyway?
Have a look about.
Having a look about. Who's this next door to you?
This is one of my work colleagues.
Colleagues? That's
Colleagues.
very posh, isn't it?
Well, yes.
My work colleague. And what? Should you be at work today, or should I?
Yes, we're under the radar.
Well, it's nice seeing you again.
And you again.
And tell us your name.
My name's John.
John
Gadsden.
Thanks for your time. He's a plough person.
Plough person. See you later.
See you later. Thanks, mate. Morning, chaps. What are you doing at the show today? Anything good? I've met you before, haven't I? You going to talk to me?
I've met you before as well.
That's it. How you doing? All right.
Yeah.
What brings you to the show today?
Just having a look around.
Yeah. Anything you've seen what you like?
Yeah, a few things.
A few bits and pieces. Very expensive though, aren't they? Well, it's nice seeing you. Tell us your name before you go.
I'm Gerald.
Gerald
Brooks.
Thank you, Gerald Brooks. Thanks for your time.
Cheers.
That's a nice family. I know I've met that big fella before as well. How are we all doing?
All right, mate. Yeah, not too bad.
Good. Can I film the little one? How's the little one? Are you well?
All right, mate.
What's your name?
Charlie.
Charlie. That's a great name. Charlie, isn't it? That's a man's name. Oh, I can't say that no more. Can't be that. That's a proper name, isn't it? Charlie. Charlie. So, anyway, what brings you to the show today? As a family?
Yeah, just a family day out, really.
Really? Looking at everything you can't afford?
Yeah, looking at everything we can't afford.
Yeah. But you're in the contracting business, aren't you?
Contracting and sales, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, what sort of contract are you in?
Agricultural.
Yeah, well, I guess that. Well, I mean, do you specifically like fruit, arable?
No, arable and cattle work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you run your own business, do you?
Not sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry about people taking the mickey out of you behind the camera. It's fine. They take the mickey out of me all the time.
Yeah, I know. We've had it before.
Yeah.
I see you last weekend at Crawford.
Oh, did you?
2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
I've got mine not to see him. Anyway, so is this your partner these days? Can't say your wife. Who's this?
This is my future fiance.
Future fiance.
Well, fiance, yeah.
Or fiance. Has he said the date yet? He has said. Oh, fantastic. Oh, can I know the date? Can the viewers know the date?
It's June.
June.
Silage season.
Oh, fantastic. Looking forward to being. Well, you're halfway there with one of them as well, aren't you? It's a great bloke anyway. He look after you, isn't he? Thanks for your time.
Right,
tell us your name and your contracting company.
Phil Seif, PJS Farms.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers, mate.
And
partnership with NGS Services.
Right, and little Charlie.
Little Charlie.
See you later, Charlie. Right.
Is that on YouTube?
Yeah. Good morning. JCB?
Nope.
What are you doing at the show today?
Me, just wandering around.
Looking at things? Thinking about buying anything? No, too expensive?
Got it.
But it's nice as a social though, isn't it? You get to meet all your friends and everyone else, and you're in the farming industry, are you?
Yeah. Contracting business.
It's all contractors you speak to these days. Don't farmers have people working for them no more? No. So what sort of, do you do arable or cattle or fruit? Arable. So this time of year, good or bad?
Super.
It's okay. Because the crop's in the ground now, isn't it? What you got to do, spraying it?
I've got a lot of maize to put in yet.
I've still got maize to put in. Really? And whereabouts do you do that? Locally or long way?
Just down the road, not too far away.
Oh, all right. I mean, perhaps I'd like to come along and film. You put the drone up and watch you do your maize, putting your maize in or something. Like, that'd be
Beginning
good.
of April.
Beginning of April. What I do, I've got a channel, I've got a YouTube channel. Press your message me when it's time for you to do it, and we come along and we film you putting it in. That'd be great to have a nice chat with you. Yeah. Okay, well, I appreciate your time. I'm sorry to stick the camera in your face, but you know, if I don't do it, no one will talk to me. But tell us your full name and your company you work with.
Michael Pratt, St Nicholas Court Farms.
Thanks for your time.
All
Cheers,
right.
mate. Good morning. Sorry to poke the camera in your face, but tell me what you're at the show for today.
So as a feature, we are a grain merchant, and we got a parent company company called Baywa.
Can you speak up a bit? Because there's a bit of a background noise in here today.
I found that out.
Yeah, it's a bit echoey.
I know my hearing's not very good.
It is, isn't it? It's terrible in here because it's all vibrating in the building, isn't it?
The acoustics of it,
I mean, it used to be an Expo varnish, no floor, but now we've got. Anyway, I diverse. So tell me again your name and the company then.
So I'm Emma Walsh, I work for Safitra Grain. Safitra are a grain merchant. We predominantly cover the majority of the UK. Originally the company started down in Dorset, sort of near Dorset, as a company called Wessex Grain, and we're backed by a company called Baywa. That gives Safitra a lot of financial support, and with Baywa's support, we cover Europe essentially, and we trade for both import and export. The company originally come from an import and export of raw animal feed material called Porgal, and it's just sort of developed. And I think Robin will all agree, it's Safitra people. The team that came. Charles and Tim, they came from another company in 2019 to Safitra, and a lot of their customers came with them. They like their custom, and I think we've had comments on the stand today about how Safitra they like to deal with us. And
you say you're a grain merchant.
Yeah.
So grains. Now we're talking wheat, barley.
Wheat, barley,
sunflower seeds, perhaps even.
Not sunflower seeds in this country, no. Wheat, barley, oats.
Oats,
Yeah, we do have premium crops.
Some maize, that sort of thing.
And we
a little bit, mainly wheat, barley, rapeseed.
Now barley's coming back into its own these days. I mean, it was a few years ago, shone upon to grow barley, but now all these little breweries are being set up, and they want barley. Cattle needs feeding. Good protein for cattle, isn't it, barley?
And it helps the black grass problem as well. The rotation wise, leaving the ground fallow through the wind, you put the spring barley in, and then the black grass, it gets on top of the black grass, smothers it out. So they've been doing that for a few years successfully. All the chemicals have been banned that kill the black grass, and they become resistant to it. So
perhaps you can enlighten me and say, everyone talks about spring barley, winter wheat, spring wheat. Now, why do you need to put a crop in the winter time or in the springtime? What makes the difference?
In theory, you get a better yield if you plant it in the winter, in the autumn, October-y time, because it gets established through the autumn, and then in the springtime it's up and away, and you get really strong plants. And you do need to spend a lot of fertiliser and chemical on it. So now with the cost of fertiliser and chemicals, some people have gone away. And as we said, on the spring barley,
sorry, that window's causing me a lot of light problems.
On the spring barley, you need less chemicals and fertiliser, so it costs less to grow, so hopefully there's more profit in it, especially if you can get it with quality from malting.
So would you go out in the field and test the soils, what crop would grow better, and advise the farmer a particular...
The agronomists do more of that on that side than we do. We are grain buyers basically, and we sell it on to Europe.
You buy the grains,
we buy the grain,
treat the grains, put fungicides on them or something?
No, they do that when they're growing. The fungicide goes on the growing plants. We buy the harvested crop, as long as they've kept it clean, dry. Then we sell it on to UK flour mills, UK maltsters.
Oh, I see. I've got the wrong end of a stick, haven't I?
Essentially, we're the middle.
I thought it was a seed grower. Sorry.
No, we're not. No, we don't. No, not seed growers. We sell a little bit of seed.
Oh, so you're a merchant to buy?
Buy the
Will Granary.
That's it. Not quite the same as them.
We do own premium crops. So Safitra bought into premium crops in 2018. So we can offer the niche products of your linseed, your borealis, your chickpeas, stuff like that.
I must apologise. I've got
that's right. But that's not
speaking to so many people.
That's not our
But
main.
it's nice to know you're a company. There's companies like yourself out there because you help the farmer out. Because come harvest time, everyone's sort of where do I put my crop? are you going to give the best price for the crop?
Yeah, no,
because
we
let's
do.
face it, you know, a farm with only got 300 acres, that is not going to earn much money, is it? Really?
No, they've got bigger and bigger and had to get bigger and bigger. The guy who was here a minute ago, he was saying, combine he got 3 years ago, it cost £500,000. He's still doing his instalments on it. But if he needs another one in 2 years' time, that'll cost £750,000, if not more. And that's a lot of money to justify. You can only just justify that with a big acreage. And
that's a plus acreage.
You know, I think with his brother and his cousin, which that combine does the 3 farms, there's about 3,000 acres there, and for that big combine you need that sort of acreage to justify that cost.
Anyway, I appreciate your time.
That's all right.
To me.
Yeah,
sorry, can't take your names, please.
I'm Robin Bugden from Safitra.
Emma Walsh.
You're from
Safitra Grain.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Thank you.
I caught you with the camera on there. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, right, you?
Good. What brings you to the show today?
Well, I wanted to come and look at some new fertiliser they've got on offer.
Okay.
And what else have we done? Something else. Oh, wanted to see Holds Parker. And then basically the general catch up and have a look around.
Talk to friends.
Yeah, quite. It was a nice show.
You talk about fertiliser now. Now, is it going to go down in price or is it going to stay up in price?
Well, it's gone down quite considerably since.
Oh, is it?
Since I suppose before Christmas.
Oh,
but who knows?
No, because you're buying for next year's crop, are you?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. So we bought this year's crop last May.
Yeah.
And now looking back on it, overpaid for it.
Yeah.
But so we're looking to get an idea. How are you? Get the prices on going forward for 2024.
Now this year's crop, as you said, you spent the money on fertiliser and God knows what else, pesticides for the crop and everything. Now prices have gone up, we know, but will that price range gone up enough for you to make the profit out of your crop this year?
It depends on yield. Depends on yield and it depends on the price when we sell it.
And the weather, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Like last year, it was very kind.
Yeah.
I know it was very dry, but
you harvest early, didn't you? Last year?
It was dry.
Yep.
Lovely. It was hard to cool it down, but it came off really well. Good quality.
Yeah.
You didn't have to work late because you got the next day's hot and sunny. Beautiful.
Yeah, you can pack up and say we'll do it tomorrow instead.
Yeah, exactly. It's lovely. It's like being an Australian farmer.
Now, tell me, I'll answer one more question before you have to. I know you've got lots of people to talk to today.
That's right.
Now, do you have to kill the crop off to harvest it? Now, some people said you used to have to spray the crop off to kill it, to harvest it. You don't. Obviously, last year you didn't have to because the weather was good for you. But do you have to put
It depends what it is.
Right.
Like if it's oilseed rape, yeah, you normally generally desiccate it or swath it to kill it, and then it's all even. When it ripens up, it's all the same.
This is the answer I was looking for. It needs to be all the same.
Yeah, it needs to be. Everything needs to be the same. So like on wheat, we're quite high up on the North Downs. So where you've got like a north-facing wood or a high hedge, you don't get any sunlight in there to ripen the crop up. You might have 12 metres under a wood which doesn't ripen up. The rest of us ripe. So you go around with a bit of sunshine in the can, we call it like a bit of Roundup, spray it off, and then it's all ready to go. It's all the same stage.
After all, if you're bringing an harvester, combine in a field, you don't want to keep coming back to that same field.
You don't really know. But also you don't harvest it unripe because you won't get the grain. It will go at the back of the combine, and all that effort you've done to grow that crop, you won't appreciate.
Now, protein and all that sort of thing, or dryness of the crop. Now it's got to be down at 14%.
Below 15%.
Below 50%.
Yeah.
Then you could sell it on, can you?
Yeah.
They won't take it into the granaries above that.
They will, they will, but they knock you on the percentage point of the moisture content. Really? So I think I'd like to say it's 150 a point. So every tonne, it'll be £15 a tonne over.
Really?
£15 a tonne off. So if you sold it £200 a tonne, it went in at 16%. You get about 185.
And it don't seem a lot of money, but if you're looking at a large acreage of crop, that's a hell of a lot of money, and that pays for fertiliser the following year, doesn't it? And
you've got to store it as well. If it's too wet, you can't store it because it warms up and you get bugs.
And then you've got to have dryers drying it and all sorts of things.
I'll bet you, yeah.
I mean, last year you're probably all right, didn't you?
You've got to cool it. The hardest bit is cooling it.
Oh, really?
Because it comes in like some days with 40 degrees.
Yeah.
So the crop's coming at 40 degrees. You've got to get it down really sort of like below 10.
Oh, what? Because it ferments or?
Yeah, because it heats up, and then when it gets hot, it creates a bit of moisture, and then you get the bugs in there. Then when you sell it, you get rejected. So But we didn't really get it down to 10 until, well, middle end of November because it's so warm. The nights were 25. Even going into the autumn, it's so warm. So you get a cold night, put the fans on, draw that.
See, this is why I want to talk to you, because the general public, me as well, you know, we just think, oh, the farmer puts a few seeds in the field, then he comes along with his combine harvester, then he sells it, makes mega money out of it. He doesn't realise what goes into the drying.
Some it's alright, but some I just think the amount of investment and tied up money you got in the farm, the return in some years is pretty poor.
Well, I appreciate your time and really interesting questions.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Tell us your name,
Richard Baker. Richard Baker, Hurst Farm.
Thanks for your time.
Lovely. Cheers. Bye-bye. Morning, sir.
Good morning. Barrel rack.
We're not live, are we?
Tell us all about your product, Eddie.
Oh God, let John do that.
The big fella. Yeah, but he might hit me.
Well, I'm not
He looks better on
photogenic. So, new product to the UK. Bird and a rat repellent.
I mean, crows are worse, don't they? They pick holes in it and God knows what else.
That's right, that's right. So it's actually encapsulated into the outer layer of the product. We have the only people that have got the European Chemicals Agency approval for it. So it's guaranteed non-toxic in terms of your food, your produce.
And water runoff and all that sort of thing.
And the environment. So yeah, we're the only people who've got that. It's a blend of 300 essential oils. The repellent feature is the smell and the taste.
I was going to say that, does it have to peck the barrel to be repelled, or can it, because I mean, it's done its damage then after it's pecked the barrel?
That's why it's a repellent, not a cure.
Right,
so we're not wrapping it in Teflon or
No.
So
if it comes along, pecks it, he's not going to come back again, is he? Or she?
No, the
let's be politically correct.
He or she.
Or
if you have a colony of crows or whatever the collective is, there'll be a leader. They usually go down and investigate, or the first more bolshy of the characters. And they've got mucus in them, and this will actually dry out that mucus. So without going into the psychology of birds, the thought process, or our thought process, is going to, that's not palatable. I don't like that. So he just spends less time on the bale.
Tell his friends.
His friends then say, no one's on that, I'm going away from that. And that's sort of the simplified logic. And with rats have a sense of smell is 300 times better than ours. So again, you've got whole crop or a produce with grain in, usually it's a target or ag bag, whatever. So again, gives them, I'll have a nibble, that's not palatable, I'll go somewhere else.
I mean, the rat population is growing, and especially it's a pest, well, a major pest for farmers anyway. And something like this will take perhaps some of that away from me. He hasn't got to worry so much about it then. I mean, it's a great feature. I mean, because I know farmers that are always putting bits of tape on their bales. I mean, they must go through like 10 to 20 rolls of tape, just taping where they put bird.
The damage is done by then as well, isn't it?
You know, and you know, you open a barrel up when you want to feed your animals, and it's wet, gone off, and everything. So, I mean, it's great. I mean, this would be good because if it pecks the top barrels, at least it protects the ones further down the line.
So birds usually attack when it comes off the wrapper. So and seagulls are quite a problem as well, and seagulls tend to be on landfill sites as well, and they're used to bits of detritus blowing in the wind, so again they've got more bravado, so they're more inquisitive. A pheasant saw that blowing in the wind when it's run the other way, wouldn't go close. So they do tend to investigate. We hear stories that depending on your location, if you're coastal, literally as soon as the bale falls off the table, it's getting challenged. So
I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, people say there's all different colours of this barrel wrap now, isn't it? And some people say, well, this green does not attract the black, or the black and the pink. And they've got pink now, haven't they? You know, does colour make a difference?
It depends on who you ask. Because someone will say like a black wrap deters the birds because they can't see it, and then someone will say that the green wrap deters the birds. It depends on who you ask, and they've all got different
overcome
stories.
that now, haven't you, by putting a pesticide in
This is it. I mean, the colour thing, the pink ones were for charity, for good causes. So we call this green grey because of our accreditation, we've got the UV stabiliser, the additive, the colour.
That's another thing, it don't break down.
Our ducks are in a line in terms of production, so if we change the colour, one of those is out of line. So technically, it's not the same product that's got the approval. So we keep things simple. It's made by Rani, time served, established business in Finland, quality wrap. So our ingredient is delivered to the end user, to the target, in the best way possible.
I appreciate your time, guys. Tell us your name and your company, please.
Lewis Browning from Ace.
John Nichols from Ace.
Thank you very much for your time, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.